Hello folks, welcome to Manor Farm Leisure, which is a little place called Harvington, not too far from Evesham, as the locals call it, Evesham, in Worcestershire. And today is a live match day. We've got the big badoofers out here, proper cameras, filming a live match for our channel members. And I've got to say folks, it's been, I'm going to say, the first breath of spring in the content that I've done over the last sort of few weeks, because we've actually, believe it or not, caught a few fish today up in the water. Now, the interesting thing's been, although we have had a few up in the water, we had a really good spell on it. It's so interesting to see how Jordan's tackled this peg, because it just looked like it was going to get going, and then the fish sort of backed off. It went a bit iffy, and Jordan was really quick to read the signs and change. And that one's come off. And what he's actually done is changed to fishing very sort of steadily on the bottom and plodding along. But I think, to be honest, from what I can see on this lake here, which is, it's called Windmill Pool, this one, from what I can see on here, he's doing really, really well. I don't know whether he's winning the lake or second. It's close between him and another chap, but from what I've seen, he's doing ever so well. So a real sort of mixed array of tactics. He's been ringing the changes to stay in touch with fish, but how nice to see the old elastic getting pulled out by fish up in the water. The first sort of breath of summer fishing that I've had really this year. This will make a great live match. He started, believe it or not, ultra negative, because he doesn't know the lake. He hasn't fished here for quite a few years, since he was a junior. We were looking for somewhere to go. He stumbled across this match on Manor Farm's Facebook page, and it's actually a decent turnout. If you're in the Midlands and ever in the market for a midweek match, two good sized matches on today. You've got the normal open match, which we're on here. There's 17 booked on this one. Then there's also better choose my words carefully here, a veterans match, I'm going to say, or an OAP match. But you can see Jordan's really sort of lining these fish up now. But yeah, so there's two matches on today, and good standard of angler, good match. George sorted it out now. He's catching. Obviously, we'll make sure he gets this one in first, because I cursed him a bit, bless him, with that last one. I know I'll get it in the neck for that later. It'll be, Tom, why did you say, giggling, Tom, what were you saying on the live about me? No. He's putting in a beautiful display of angling, and look at these F1s. They're all big golden things, absolutely gorgeous. Fish to probably close to £4 today, certainly well over £3, and regular bites, which is what this game of course is all about. In terms of distance, he's fishing just on his second colour, just on the half put from his second coloured section, so about 14.5 metres out. It is a deep lake, this. It's probably not far off 8 or 9 feet deep where he's fishing there, which is why no doubt those fish earlier looked like they really wanted to come up in the water. But now Jordan's sort of settled them down, and he's feeding much more steadily, I'd say, much more negatively, and probably more sustainably. But you know, that run he had shallow was good. It was fast bites at times, and a real nice sort of quick response. So he's been ringing the changes. We were both saying, like, come back here in another month, 2 weeks. As soon as we get a prolonged spell of weather in the double digits of, 12 degrees, 14 degrees days like that. Oh, look at that though. It's good now, isn't it? It's one every single put in. The boy is emptying it. For anybody watching who doesn't know much about Jordan, I mean, I always presume everybody knows who he is, but he's, I'm going to say, for his age, probably, along with Christian Jones, the best angler in the country of under 25s. He's 24 at the minute. He won't thank me for saying that. He's getting old now. But he's won countless matches really. He's won over 10 at Tunnel Barn Farm alone, and all them 10 are over 100 pegs, so quite an incredible record. Member of the mighty Team England for a few years. Did a stint with Drennan Team England. Fishes with Barnsley Blacks as well. But, yeah, just one of the best. I mean, you can see how natural he is. But the thing I sort of love about him from a filming point of view, and the reason we use him so much here on Catchmore, is he's very, very good at explaining what he's doing and why. And also, you know, what's so important, I think, is he's a proper free thinker. He's an original thinker. He's not somebody to fish how anybody else tells him to. He doesn't look at the textbook. He does it his own way. And today's live match has been a perfect example of that. You know, even after that good run shallow, I don't want to give everything away because I want to keep plenty for our channel members who are going to get this live match in a couple of weeks. But he even had a little spell on the jigger earlier, which, you know, was quite a radical, decisive move. I've not seen anybody else on this lake fish a jigger, put it that way. So showed that he's not afraid to think outside the box, and that definitely, you know, paid. Well, that mentality pays dividends for him repeatedly. I think he's aggressive, he's positive, he's attacking, and he reaps the rewards of all those things. You can see the float there. I'm guessing you can't quite on this lens, but lots of indications there. And you should see it when loose feeding. The fish really do sort of seem to give a lot of line bites and false indications. But the interesting thing's been, to me, how Jordan's actually sorted them out today, and he has sorted them out this last half an hour. He's really starting to motor now, and I'd say he's gained ground on the person who led the lake from the start. He might have even overtaken him now. And put himself in a very commanding position in this match, so it'll be very interesting to see how he actually gets on. Should mention as well, folks, he's actually nicked David Preston's cap there. That cap he's got on was he forgot to bring a cap, and being a Preston angler, the closest he could find to it was Avid Carp, which is obviously Preston's sister company. But that cap there that he's got on was left in my van by David, and Jordan's borrowed it, so he's not gone to the dark side and started specimen fishing, despite what you might think. It's actually David's cap, that one. Interesting patience, you know, with this sort of fishing. It's so easy to get het up and frustrated when you're getting lots of indications and think you should be absolutely emptying it, but Jordan's just dead steady away. These are good stamp fish he's catching, you know, 2 to 4 pound F1s. You don't need loads. You really don't need loads. You just need steady runs of bites, runs of fish through the day. There's 2 lakes in use today, and I'll be honest, I've no clue how the other lake's fishing. Certainly, as I said, from what I can see on this one, he's doing very well. I hope you can hear me over the noise of that. I think it's a circular saw that's running just over the back of that hedge you can see in the distance. I think there's some work being done. That was a nice little dink. That's another F1, look. Yeah, he's really starting to motor now. That's the Preston 11 hollow elastic he's got in the pole. Works absolutely beautifully. Probably one of my favourite sort of spring and autumn carp elastics, F1 elastics. Forgiving, soft, but it's got some power in reserve, you know, when you get the puller kit on it and start to up the ante. It really does come into his own. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, another big golden Manor Farm F1. And as you can see, that's the third he's caught while on this live. We've already been filming for 9 minutes now, so the boy, as they say, is doing good. So we're going to sign off in a second, folks. This whole video will be well over an hour in length, so we've got a lot to talk about today. He's covered already 3 or 4 things quite in depth, and again, We know you guys like these live matches, so all this is in a live match environment today. We'll see how he gets on against a real-time sort of test of other anglers, but he's covered all his methods. We've still got another hour and a half to go, so I think there'll be even more to cover yet. I know he's got a sneaky line down this edge here, so it'll be interesting to see whether it can catch there with me clumping about on top of him, but we'll see. So yeah, should make a really interesting live match out for Catch More Media channel members in a couple of weeks' time.